The Latin term albus means white, yielding the current scientific term of albinism. Albinism refers to a genetic defect where too little melanin is produced in the body that the skin's pigmentation, the eyes and the hair lighten significantly. This term refers to a form of genetic mutation, and you may be familiar with its more common utilization through the word albino. While most albino creatures are some shade of white, not all white creatures are albinos. Many white animals have that as their representative attribute because their pigmentation cells are actually white, rather than afflicted by a genetic anomaly. A true albino is characterized by the fact that their capillaries show through their lightened eyes, causing them to appear pink or red. There are many fascinating cases in albinism manifesting in animal species. Let's take a look at 10 interesting examples.
Before we begin, make sure to hit that subscribe button and press the bell icon to get notified for more amazing pets content. With that being said, let's begin.
10. Giraffe. We will keep it real. There have yet to be actual documented cases of an albino giraffe. Even the one in Ripley's Believe It or Not was stuffed. There are, however, white giraffes, though they are very rare and not albinos. Such a majestic-looking creature should have its own mention on the list, however. 9. Alligators and crocodiles. During a census of saltwater crocs conducted in the Bhitarkanika National Park in Odisha, India in 2012, scientists noted the presence of albino crocs swimming in the murky waters. Since crocs rely on their color that allows them to blend with their surroundings, it's a credit to the albino crocs that they were able to survive and strive with such an obvious stealth disadvantage. In the alligator realm, the infamous white diamond is thought to have been Europe's only albino alligator creature on record. The world got to see him as an exhibit in a traveling show named Land der Reptilien. However, he is not the only white alligator in existence, though albinos are rare. For instance, white frog was a leucistic alligator, though unlike an albino, the reason for its white pigmentation was the lack of normally associated color, not a genetic mutation. 8. Squirrel. Arthur the grey albino squirrel became a regular attendee in the West Lothian feeding grounds in Scotland. He was spotted in the winter, which is impressive considering how well his appearance blinded him to the snowy surface of the ground. 7. Hedgehog. The tale of Snowball, the albino hedgehog, was something straight out of Disney lore. Weighing at a measly 300 grams, orphaned, ailed by a lung condition, and near death, Snowball wandered alone, desperately needing a helping hand to survive. He was found, rescued, and rehabilitated back to health at Buckinghamshire's Tiggy Winky's Hedgehog Sanctuary in England. And the most Disney aspect of all of it took place right around Christmas time. 6. Lion. In an unprecedented occurrence, a Ukrainian Yalta zoo took into their care 5 albino lion cubs. 2 of the cubs were born in another zoo in the same city, while the remaining 3 came from a safari preserve park. Lions are not technically considered albinos. Their white coloring is not due to a genetic mutation, but rather by a recessive gene present in both parents, known as a color inhibitor. What is noteworthy about these cubs is that finding 5 of this type is incredibly rare, compounded by the astronomical chances of them being born in the same region. 5. Peacock. When one thinks of a peacock, their thoughts go to many things, but not a white bird. While not an albino by its technical definition, it's astounding to find a white peacock. The animal is actually an Indian blue and is a rarity that one would expect to find at a spoiled celebrity's gaudy wedding. 4. Camel. It's incredibly rare to find an albino camel, so much so that at one point in time there was a documented presence of just 4 in the entire world. While newborn camels are white quite often, their pigmentation does change as they get older. In the case of Ula, she was an albino camel born to 2 standardly pigmented parents on the Gindera stud farm in the Australian region of South Wales, making her appear even more extraordinary. 3. Tiger. White tigers were brought into the mainstream decades ago when Vegas magicians Siegfried and Roy brought them in to be part of their magic act. All was well until, in the words of Chris Rock, the tiger went tiger on Roy, hospitalizing him in the process. Like many of the other examples of animals on this list, white tigers are not true albinos. Many of them have black stripes, indicating that the white is their standard pigmentation. But those born to two normally pigmented parents, much like the lions mentioned earlier, come from parents with a recessive gene, not a mutated one. 2. Turtle. Minty, the white-green turtle that came from Reef HQ in Townsville, Australia, was unfortunately not destined for a long lifespan. Minty was found deceased at the bottom of his tank just one short year into his captivity. The death of this extraordinary creature was unfortunate, especially made frustrating by the complete lack of understanding of its reason. 1. Gorilla. In recorded history, there has only been one albino gorilla existence confirmed, and that was Snowflake, a former resident of Spain's Barcelona Zoo. While he lived a good life, he ultimately was taken from the world by an unusual skin cancer condition. As one of the zoo's main attractions, Snowflake became a bit of a phenomenon. In his few final months, thousands of people flocked to Barcelona to see him. Snowflake left quite a legacy, fathering 22 offspring, though he lived only long enough to witness 6 of them grow into adult gorillas before succumbing to his illness. Bonus: koala. The San Diego Zoo's white koala, harshly named Ghost Boy, surprised everyone around when he was born, revealing pink eyes that looked all around his new surroundings. Both parents had normal koala coloring, so seeing their infant as an albino must have been a surprise to everyone around. To this day, this is the only recorded case of an albino koala in the world.
Bringing you more value per minute than any other pets channel out there, or at least trying to. We would appreciate if you at least like or share this video. That would mean the world to us.